Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while since I last posted, and it has been that long because I've been dealing with this. Yes, Shueisha struck out at my review videos for the past 2 Boruto chapters. Even though I counter-complained and argued that this was for fair use due to transformative content, their decision was upheld. So a couple of things had to happen at this point. I needed to go to copyright school, apparently, and I also had to redo these videos, taking out pretty much all of the manga panels. It sucks because you wouldn't have the exact visual references I'm talking about, but these are reviews. Assuming you've read the manga, they'll be okay. Alright, enough ranting for now. Let's go on to today's topic. Chakra. What is it? Where does it come from? And why is it the literal underlying reason for all of the Naruto-Borutoverse conflict that we've seen? Yes, you heard that right. The real underlying reason for pretty much all of the conflict in the Naruto and Boruto mangas is chakra. But what about battles fought to bring back friends from the dark side, to weaken an enemy village, abduct a Jinchuriki, see to it that a client's territory is protected, or outright take over a village? Those are all reasons too, but they aren't the underlying reason. This will become a bit clearer as the video progresses. Fair warning, this video gets a bit scientific in its tone, so buckle up. So what is chakra? Chakra is an energy, substance, or an energy wavelength, as it were, that connects other separate energies, leading to specific effects or results depending on the energies it is connecting. Let's start with a common application of chakra, ninjutsu. Ninjutsu is the use of chakra to connect the spiritual and physical energies of an individual. This connection allows that individual to mold, shape, control, and even transform chakra, usually in a generic way at first, and then specific to their nature type affinity, producing weaponized outputs of this process or techniques known as jutsu. That is why ninjutsu literally means ninja techniques. However, ninjutsu was not the way chakra was originally meant to be applied. When the Sage of Six Paths, as one of the first 2 humans born with chakra, shared his chakra with other humans, he also taught them the concepts of ninshu, which was essentially people using chakra to connect their spiritual energies to everyone else's. This would have brought about understanding, camaraderie, and peace. You have to remember, war has always been a constant in humanity's history. It predated Kaguya and certainly predated chakra. Unfortunately, as stated earlier, human beings created ninjutsu instead, and wars became far deadlier. So where does chakra come from? Most of you will read that question and go, Kaguya Otsutsuki. Technically, you are right. But Kaguya inherited chakra by eating the god fruits. She was not the creator of chakra, but she unwittingly gave chakra to the human race when she gave birth to her sons Hagoromo and Hamura, who were part human. As we all know, the chakra fruits came from the initial god tree that was on Earth. It has been stated that god trees absorb chakra from the planets to produce a single chakra fruit when all of the chakra has been absorbed. This process usually takes 1,000 years. However, there was no chakra on Earth to absorb. This god tree was in fact absorbing natural energy in the environment, and that was used to produce the chakra fruits, which Kaguya ate. If this is canon and holds true, and I believe it is, then chakra is a form of natural energy, converted and stored in the chakra fruits by the god tree. You could say that chakra is essentially watered down natural energy that can be stored, used, and replenished by biological beings, such as humans. Apart from the direct correlation between natural energy being absorbed and chakra being produced by the god tree, there are other clues throughout the story that alludes to chakra being derived from natural energy. In the fourth great ninja war, the Jubi's chakra is compared to feeling a lot like natural energy when sensed by Naruto and other sensory type shinobi. Not only that, when Obito or Madara became the Jinchuriki of the Jubi respectively, they immediately acquired sage-like powers and only senjutsu-based attacks worked on them. Naruto literally calls this strategy fighting natural energy with natural energy. Furthermore, chakra, when used to produce ninjutsu techniques, usually produces techniques that create phenomena similar to that which would be driven by natural energy. For example, Katon Hyokaku no Jutsu produces a huge fireball akin to a wildfire. Fire would be driven by natural energy, so would lightning. Yet, if the user is sufficiently attuned to the natural energy equivalent of the natural phenomenon, their chakra can act as an energy fuel for producing chakra-based adaptations of that phenomenon in weaponized forms, such as the Chidori or the Raikiri. Finally, there is the suggestion throughout the fourth great ninja war that the more concentrated chakra becomes, the more like natural energy it becomes. So if you take the bijus from Shukaku all the way to Kurama and combine them, you get the overwhelming chakra behemoth that is the Jubi. As stated earlier, this feels a lot like natural energy when sensed. Additionally, if the Jubi or the god tree which it is a seedling of is absorbed, it grants the user the six-path senjutsu mode and access to sage-based powers, which can only be attained when using, you got it, natural energy. So what's the application of chakra? Guys, you have to understand something here. Before chakra became a part of human physiology, humans simply fought wars with the created weapons they had. That was it. They also healed with whatever natural medicinal herbs they had access to and with what they knew about the human anatomy. They couldn't move at extraordinary speeds that allowed them to travel vast distances within the blink of an eye. None of it. The introduction of chakra changes what is possible within reality for the entire species. First of all, it is so crazy to think of how the human anatomy was already built to receive, process, and release this chakra through the chakra pathway system. There's been no discussion on if this chakra circulatory system was developed by the human body to harness chakra. I personally think, and this is just a theory, that the chakra pathway system already existed and was most likely used to channel natural energy in small amounts. It is already known that everything in nature contributes to natural energy. Energy is needed to energize things, both living and non-living. I have a feeling that's how natural energy sustained humans. Once humans received chakra from Hagoromo via Ninshu, it replaced natural energy. But since it was watered down and reverse engineered for biological consumption by the god tree, it could be harnessed in large quantities of stores called chakra reserves. Again, this is just my theory. One thing is for sure, the introduction of chakra took humans from being an ordinary life form to the stratosphere of the supernatural. Suddenly, you have shinobi that can produce water from nothing, fire, lightning, and so on, usually with the help of hand seals. Indeed, most shinobi start off casting jutsu with the help of hand seals, which aid in molding the chakra correctly to produce the desired result. And that is just scratching the tip of the iceberg. With chakra, you can literally infiltrate a person's mind, genjutsu, and twist the imagery it conjures up to produce a desired effect in the real world, such as inflicting pain or exfiltrating information. Chakra allows for the creation of temporary and and real iterations of oneself, clones, and the manipulation of the physics of one's reality, such as the Nara clan's ability to control shadows, despite shadows being physically limited to existing where an object obscures light, therefore taking the shape of that object. Chakra allows Nara clan members to essentially rewrite the physics of their shadows, giving them the ability to do extraordinary things with it, such as control an opponent's movements or even restrict an opponent. Chakra also allows particularly gifted humans to bend the space-time continuum to their will. Minato, Tobirama, Obito, and I believe Hanzo the Salamander come to mind. When you consider some of the applications of chakra listed above, it is clear to see why this energy type is so coveted by the Otsutsuki, so much so that they are willing to travel across space and time in search of it, and willing to sacrifice their lives to plant a god tree that will ultimately produce the prized chakra fruit. It is important to note that I have not mentioned most of the applications of chakra at all. Some more are summoning beings from other dimensions, healing wounds that would otherwise be fatal, the entire Byakugan Sharingan and other dojutsu, including the powers that come with them, especially the Mangekyo Sharingan. One important thing to note is that chakra is essential to staying alive, since it replaces natural energy. A substantial loss of chakra means death for the human, regular, or shinobi. This is why the Otsutsuki's plan of taking the chakra back for themselves represents an existential threat to humans. This is why the entire battle has been a battle for chakra. To understand this, you must understand that most of the conflicts during the life and after the death of Hagoromo, starting with the conflict between Indra and Asura, was orchestrated by Black Zetsu as part of a long con game to pull enough chakra together to revive Kaguya, or Otsutsuki. Reviving her would essentially accelerate Project Tsukiyomi, which was nothing more than planting the god tree and having it devour all chakra in the world. It is interesting, though, that Madara's and subsequently Obito's belief in a plan that would bring about true peace was actually a plan that would bring about complete planetary death. Here's a recap of what we believe to be true so far. Chakra and natural energy are two sides of the same coin, and the god tree serves as one way to convert natural energy to chakra. This conversion might be a sort of dilution or breaking down of natural energy, since we know that splitting the jubi into the bijou brings about chakra, what the bijou are made of, rather than natural energy, what the jubi possesses. Additionally, being a jinchuriki of any bijou gives you more chakra, or bijou chakra. Being a jinchuriki of all the bijou separately, the 10 tails, or the god tree gives you senjutsu. It is possible that the Otsutsuki's way of collecting chakra, see the planet with the 10 tails and have it absorb all the natural energy or existing chakra there and eating it, is a corrupt and destructive way of attaining natural energy in usable form, chakra. By contrast, becoming a sage through training and learning how to absorb this energy without being overrun by it might be the more harmonious way to gain more power and evolve the way the Otsutsuki do. This realization means that the Otsutsuki aren't really taking back something they gifted the earth, but are trying to siphon and steal the entire natural energy of the earth. I'd always subtly thought that the shinobi world is fighting to keep something that wasn't really theirs. Turns out it was. So what do you think of my research into chakra and its apparent relationship to natural energy? Do you think humans would have eventually learned to use natural energy the way it was intended if they didn't discover chakra? Do you think Ninjutsu would have worked if Black Zetsu hadn't manipulated Indra into creating ninjutsu? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you're notified when I upload a video. That's all for me on this video, guys. Jana